Okay, so here we go with the last of the sign language projects. This one's a pretty simple one. You can see this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. And again, we're going to have the letters L, O, V, and E. So just like the other one was, the one we did last time was I love you. This one's going to be just for the letters love. L, O, V, E. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the components, and then we will then I'll show you how to put it together. Okay. All right. So again, here's this, and then here are the components. Here's the letters you got to cut out, and then the hands. There's going to be 4 hands to cut out. They're in that light on that thing gets little. There we go. There, you can see it better. So these are stapled together. So again, these are 2 put together. And like as with the other one, I'm not sure how much. I don't know that any of them were prepped before you picked up, because initially the wrong ones went out. But everybody has these now, so if you need to assist them with cutting them, that's a good thing. Also, if you can work on it, as I've done with a couple of the other things, try to do it. This is for some OT practice. If they have issues with that, to try and make sure, see if you can cut it all in one piece without having to go something like this. Okay, so instead of that, just go ahead and keep going around and see how well you can hold the papers together, so that it gives them more dexterity and helps their minds focus on specifically what they're doing, which they should be focused all the time when they are cutting. But again, like I said, if you're trying to cut it all in one piece, your mind is actually working harder on focusing on what it's doing to help prevent injuries, and that's one of the biggest reasons why OT is so important. Okay, so then that shows you, that's the 2 copies, and they're going to be, as you can see, facing like this when they're on the paper. All right, so and then the last component of that is going to be your paper here, and the hands might overlap when you first put them on there, but once you fold the fingers over, they should be. It's easier to work with. Okay, I'm just gonna come back in just a second and show you everything cut up, and then we'll glue them together. Okay, so we're gonna get back to that. I've just about got them all finished, but I did want to show you there's 2 ways since I know these weren't prepped, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either fold the O in half right here, so you can cut out the middle right here like I show here, and then cut like that, or you are perfectly welcome to do it like this, where you just cut right through the O. And then because you're gluing it on there, it's going to go back together anyway, so it is not such a big deal to go around like that. And then you can see I have special scissors. Kids have special scissors. I get special scissors too. I get these because my thumb is too big to fit in most scissors that you can buy, so I get those kind to help me out. All right, so now we're at this part where we're gluing it together. So on this, you'll start off, I would do the letters, each letter and hand at this, at the same time. So first put the letter on like this, right there at the edge, because it's only it's a regular smaller piece of paper. Then for the L, you're going to take the glue, you'll put it on the back. The hands need to face this direction, so make sure that they're facing that way. And you'll put it on the palm and up the index finger. Those are the only parts that are going to get glued to it. Put that as close to the edge as you can. Okay. And then, and this is why you're doing it this way, you're going to put glue on the 3 fingers, like that. And all 3 fingers are going to go down. And then, oh yeah, you can put them on the thumb too, because I forgot the L. That stays out, so it makes the L. So you can see again, the L is like that. Okay. Then, and as you see, the O, I had cut into it like that, but once you glue it down, you don't notice the difference. So go ahead and put the O right there. Okay. And then the O, this time the hand is going to go sideways like this. Okay. And all the fingers. Now this one's probably the hardest of any of the letters to do, because you're now going to make a like this instead of like you normally do, where you just fold them completely down. So you want to make sure that you're just the very tips are on there. Okay. I want to stick down there. Yeah, with these ones, it takes a little more glue than you would normally put on other art projects, because you're folding them over. And of course, the construction paper wants to fold up. Okay, and then with this, you can always practice some of your sign language. I know some of you do know some of the sign language, so this is probably just a normal thing, but it's a good way to teach it. For those kids that don't know it, then they could communicate with each other. Okay, and it looks like I might be a little too far over, so you might have to do some overlapping here, and you might have to really work on glue there. Okay, so the V, for this, the V goes this way, like that, and then the E. And E goes there, like that. Okay, so this, again, this one's going to have the thumb, and these fingers glued down. And of course it will overlap like I showed you. Okay. And the V, the index finger. Whoop. I glued the wrong one. They is the ones that stay up. Oops. Sorry about that, folks. See, I make the mistakes. This is the one that gets glued down. These are the ones that don't. So the glue goes here, and this comes down. And this comes down. Okay. Now hopefully that you can do a little bit better than I did, and not, this O should be moved over this way a little bit, so that the E will fit. And in this case, only the palm gets in, because all 5 digits, or all 4 fingers and the thumb, come down. So we'll just move this one down a little bit. Okay. Oh, and then the thumb, I forgot on this one. See? I went backwards the way it's supposed to go. So this one goes over like this. All right. And you can go either way, like that, as long as you can see that the thumb is down there. Okay. So then you're on this one, It's a little different because it doesn't go all the way down to the palm. It's just going to go folded over onto each other on the fingers. Okay, the fingers just come over like this because that's the way the E looks. So it's only, it is not all the way down, so to where it would look like an O. Okay, there you go. And there is that one. Not quite as nice as the sample that was done for me by my aides. So, of course, I think the hands were made smaller for them, but anyway, you can maybe even trim those down, or the hands a little bit down if you want to. But there you have it, L-O-V-E. So L-O-V and E. Okay? Unlike the one we did the other day, the I love you, this is the easiest one. That's probably my favorite out of the sign language symbols. Okay? Oops. There we go. All right, so good luck with that. Take pictures and go and post them on Class Dojo, or you can show them to me in class.